What is up, gym fans? It is the week of September 8th. I am Patricia.
And I'm Carissa.
And this is Decoded. Yay!
Yay!
This is the first episode of Decoded. We have been planning this for, I guess, like a month now.
Mm-hmm.
We have been planning, putting the meeting of the minds together and coming up to reconfigure this. And if you're wondering potentially why this podcast might be in your subscribed podcasts, even though this is our first episode, that is because it is, disclaimer, a reworked version of Gymnastics Now's GN10. So let's talk about it for just a second, why we reworked it, what's happening here. So basically, we had the GN10 for a while, and the GN10 was, Carissa was not on here. Carissa has been added to the team. She is, as we just discussed, I bring the news, and she is the personality hire.
So, I bring the fun. Sorry, guys.
Yeah. And she brings the fun out in me. So we appreciate that. But basically, the GN10 was our podcast for a while, and we did that for a few years, but it was admittedly not particularly consistent. It was supposed to be like the gymnastics news headlines in 10 minutes or less. And Carissa literally is a podcast manager for a living, and she was just like, 10 minutes or less is impossible.
I said, yeah, let's rework that.
So the GN10 still exists. It's just basically the first segment of the show where we go through our top 10 news headlines for the week. So if you are tuning into this, I don't want you to unsubscribe. You can still get your GN10. If that's like, you can only get 10 minutes of gymnastics news all week, then you can literally tune into this on Thursdays and listen to the first 10-ish minutes and then go about your merry way, and you'll get the top 10 headlines of the week done and dusted. And you can always come back and listen to the rest of the show, or you can just listen to it next week, another 10 minutes. I know people are busy. Like I totally understand. So that being said, basically once we had the GN10 for a while, and the last episode of the GN10 was during the Olympics last year, and I came home and had a planned break and also had a planned baby. And
I was about to say, and she had a child.
And I had a baby. So the past year has been really focused on just kind of continuing to run Gym Now, but the podcast kind of fell to the bottom of the priority pile. And I was wanting to bring it back. My husband, who helps run Gym Now with me, was like, we need to bring it back. And so Carissa, she'll give you her credentials in a minute, but I was like, Carissa, do you want to join me? And so we are hosting and putting this thing together, but it's new and improved, better gear, better quality, more structure, a little bit longer. So, we've got our segments, we've got everything just a lot more structured and just all better, I think. So
I agree. Not to toot my own horn, but I agree.
We're really excited. We've already laid out the podcast for the rest of the year, and it should be awesome. So we hope that you will stay subscribed if you were already subscribed to the GN10. So let's get off to a good start by introducing ourselves first and foremost. And since I've been talking for a second, Carissa, why don't you introduce yourself as our personality for the Decoded podcast?
Okay, sounds good. I will. Like you said, my name is Carissa. My full name is Carissa D'Agostino, if you really want to know. I've been a writer for Gym Now, and I help with some content stuff, mostly for NCAAs. Love NCAAs. Mm-hmm. But besides helping out my sweet darling Patricia, I am a podcast producer full-time. So most recently, I was a podcast producer for an influencer. And so, yeah, anything podcast, all the way from ideation to rebranding to script writing to post and editing and social media management of the social media channels I have done. So that's where Patricia was like, hey, girl, you want to come do that for me? And I said, I would literally love nothing more because this is what I was born to do. And it's funny because I actually went to Syracuse, go Orange, and I wanted to be a broadcaster for gymnastics because I grew up gymnast. So I wanted to be a sports broadcaster, but specifically only for gymnastics. So it's kind of
Mhm.
weird. It's kind of a weird roundabout way that my dreams are coming true. So that's me. That's my credentials. And yeah, Patricia, why don't you introduce yourself?
Yes, yes. So I am the founder and editor of Gym Now. I founded Gym Now back in 2020, but before that, I grew up always wanting to cover sports. I went to the University of Georgia and graduated from there. And what year did I graduate? We actually won't discuss that because I think I'm getting to the point where I'm getting too old for this. I've had a kid now. Just know I graduated with a sports media degree from Georgia. I also have a master's degree in emerging media from Georgia. I started covering gymnastics back in 2016. Now I'm actually aging myself because that was right before I graduated from UGA. And I started covering my first assignment covering gymnastics was the gym dogs for the school paper. And then from there, I've covered gymnastics for next year, I guess, like give it like another, I don't know, January, it'll have been a decade. I'm scared. So
That's
of covering
crazy.
of covering gymnastics, except for a brief stay where I still was covering gymnastics in 2019, but I had a little moment right before I launched Gym Now where I was like doing a bunch of other things and kind of took a sabbatical from gym. So anyways, but I launched Gym Now in 2020 and we have been growing and, doing all of the things. We cover gymnastics. Specifically, I try to cover gymnastics from just a journalistic perspective. Obviously, there'll be personality and fun in this podcast, but we try to just give you the news straight and as well as great photo, video, etc. So launched that in 2020 and have been growing, especially the last quad. I like to say that I launched it at a terrible time because it was right before COVID. I launched it in February 2020 and COVID happened in March.
Tough
So it was
time.
just it was a tough time. It was a tough time for gym. But it gave us an extra year to grow and establish that baseline before Tokyo and then keep growing since. And then last year we were credentialed for the Olympics. So I was in Paris covering the games and have covered multiple world championships, all of the great things. I also, while gym is my full-time job, I also cover Olympic and Paralympic sports and then football, golf, a variety of things for NBC. So that's kind of like my side gig, my fun. I like to say that I need to have a little breather from gym because if I was covering gym full time, I might get burnt out. So I really enjoy getting to do a variety of things. So I think that's me, and then I'm married and I have a baby, and, now that's crazy
So
to say.
overall, she's a badass, if you were wondering. She's our resident badass, and I am just the Gen Z girl that
No, no, no,
brings her
no, no,
love.
no. No, she is also a badass, absolutely. So, hopefully that doesn't mean that we get censored on, podcasts. I don't know
Oh,
the
I can
censoring
edit
for
it out. Don't worry,
podcasts.
I can bleep us. We're good.
No, no,
Like I
no, you
said,
don't
post editing, my editing, my
okay.
core.
So
I think as long as it's not really, really bad words, you're okay. I think
okay,
technically in FCC rules, ass is
okay,
okay.
okay, I figured as much.
Look at my brain. Look at my brain.
I think I heard it on The Simpsons the other night, so I think that that's okay.
Oh, for sure you heard it on The Simpsons the other night. Dead.
Um, okay, cool. So, but yeah, so that's me, and that's Carissa, and this is Decoded. So let's actually get into, now that we've
Ooh.
introduced ourselves, let's get into our segments for the day. And this is stuff that we are going to basically do on a regular basis. So we'll have a brief outline. We'll have our sticks and wobbles, me and Carissa's sticks and wobbles. Then we'll have three segments. We'll have our GN top 10. That's our top 10 storylines of the week. We'll have we have some explaining to do where we dive a little bit deeper into a couple of those top stories. And then we have Gymnasts Are People Too, where we kind of talk about the gymnast related stuff that isn't actually gymnastics. So that's very fun. Today we'll have Jordan Dancing with the Stars and some other things. So a lot of great stuff to get into, and let's start with our sticks and wobbles. So Carissa, take it away. Do we want to start with wobbles or do we want to start with sticks? What's the best way?
I feel like you start with the bad, end with the good,
I was wondering
so
if we were
that
going to
we
do like a
really get
sandwich
like
method.
Yeah, so that we, like, really get, like, a good vibe to go into the podcast.
Okay.
So maybe we start with our wobbles, I'll go, you go, and then we can do our sticks.
Sounds
Deal?
fab. Sounds fab. Okay.
Okay. Alright. My wobble for the week, sorry, Patricia, if I'm stealing yours, but it is figuring out Riverside,
Oh,
because
no, it's fine.
I was an in-person podcaster, and you would think that Riverside is self-explanatory. Let me tell you, Riverside, love ya, but we could use a few more tutorial videos because I read
Mhm.
everything, and me and Patricia just spent over an hour setting everything up. So
We did.
that's gonna be my wobble because I'm very picky about being good at things. And I didn't like
Mhm.
that it took me so long. So that's my wobble. What's yours?
My wobble, so that was definitely up there because we definitely got on at like I don't even know what time and have been really troubleshooting this, so we hope that you stick with this and
Please
listen.
give us a
Um,
chance. Give us
because
a
we've been working
chance.
hard to bring you the goods. But my wobble, okay, so I briefly kind of told this to Carissa before we got on, but we had to save her full reaction for when we
Because this
we got
is
on. Okay, so
insane.
next month, World Championships in Jakarta. So much excitement for the worlds. This host was only awarded like so last minute in the first place. But that being said, tickets only went on sale yesterday. We have like I don't know, maybe like five, max like 6 weeks until Worlds. Um, so there's that, and historically, tickets I do believe go on sale earlier than this. So that's kind of concerning. I don't know how the Indonesian population, the Jakarta world population is going to show up for Worlds, but I'm hoping that their marketing has at least been somewhat substantial. So tickets are just going on sale and people are flocking to them. So there's a full
Uh-huh.
audience. But after championships last month, when there weren't like a ton of people in attendance, I just want to see, crowds at Worlds. So
Yeah.
that's concerning.
Which
But
it's
the
sad.
actual wobble is and I'm not making fun of it, I promise. But Jakarta Jakarta just released their theme song for Worlds, and I
A theme song.
the theme songs are always kind of just not controversial. It's just fun. It's lighthearted, right? But are always just kind of like a hit or a miss. Usually I think like more on the miss side, but it feels like somebody wrote the lyrics and like didn't consider the beat, and it's just like shoving the words into the song. And I had pulled it up and I think I've like almost like expunged it from my brain, but um you have to
I
go listen
can't.
to it.
I just want what are we doing with a theme song? I mean, what are we doing? Come on. For
It's
what?
I just
For what?
I also
I'm telling
wonder.
you, if we took the resources for the theme song and put it into marketing and advertising for the event itself,
The
I feel
video
like
they
it would have been
did
a better decision.
they did is beautiful. It's like so well
Oh,
done.
I love
So
that.
it's just like I'm just like that means that they definitely spent some money on this.
I
So but meanwhile, like the ticket site, I'm pretty sure that it doesn't even like show you like what event you'll be sitting by when you pick your seat.
Oh,
So, and then
that's
like some
so
people were like in the
stressful.
comments of the Instagram account being like, "Hey, what does the VIP package include?" And I'm just like, "You're not listing that on the site where the VIP package is offered?" I don't know. I have not actually gone and bought tickets
Right.
because I'm not buying tickets. We're covering it. So, um,
Yeah. I
but
just I feel like there might have been a disconnect maybe in the planning of it.
I don't know.
I
So
don't
I'm just
know. I
saying
don't
that
know.
right now, you know, there's optimism and like it looks like they're trying, so hopefully it's good, but, like, right now, I don't have a ton of confidence that this
Yeah.
meet is gonna be, um, to the world level, but I hope that they
Yeah.
prove me wrong.
Yeah. No,
So
and honestly, we love an underdog over here, so that's what we're
mhm,
hoping
mhm.
for.
Exactly,
Um,
exactly.
but Yeah, I think that our audience should all go listen to the song and let
Yes.
us know in the comments of our Spotify or YouTube what you think, because
What you think?
I have some thoughts, but I want you to tell me your
You
thoughts first.
you haven't even heard the song. I wish like, we're gonna have to
We'll
just
have
go
to
listen to
live
the song.
react on social or something.
Okay, so what is your stick for the week, Carissa?
My stick for the week is that tonight I'm moving out of states and I'm going to say goodbye to my team girls I used to coach. So I'm
Oh,
super
I
excited to
love.
say bye to my babies.
Oh
My
yeah,
babies that are literally like taller than me.
Carissa also coaches, or I don't know, are you gonna keep coaching gymnastics?
I would love to, but we'll see what time I have.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
am moving back towards I'm from all over, but one of my hometowns, so I could
Mhm.
go back to my very first gym and see if they'd hire me. But, I need to, have a full-time job, so we'll
Yeah,
see.
that's the priority. Okay.
Yes, 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 yes. But,
Um,
yes, I get to say goodbye to them and give them hugs before their season
oh,
starts, so
I love that. That's
mm.
awesome. My stick for the week is okay, I kind of have like two, but like I have, as far as gymnastics goes, Kentucky's Cadence Gormley flipping for the first time on beam in almost 2 years. She tagged us in it today, so that's fresh in my mind, but she's recovering from an ACL injury, and she showed a 2-footed layout series on beam and everybody was celebrating her, and so that's amazing. So congratulations, Cadence. You are
You
crushing
slay
it.
queen.
And if I like busted my ACL, I would not be back on a beam. I know that for sure. So um I'm consistently amazed at the gymnasts that come back from Achilles,
Mhm. Oh, the
ACL,
Achilles is insane.
all the things. But ACL and Achilles, those are the big ones in gym. And these gymnasts are coming back so regularly. And yeah, I can barely function as it is. So you go, girl. Um,
Insane.
and then my baby, Henry, just turned 3 months yesterday, so we are so excited for that.
Yay!
Yay!
Henry's the cutest little bean. I can't wait to meet him.
He's
I love him.
precious, and we love him, and you can't hear his cries because his daddy took him on a walk, so we appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Sweet. Thanks, Johnny. Shout out Jim Now's dad.
Gymnast dad, the decoded mascot, Henry.
Mhm. Yes. Very much so.
Okay, so let's move into our first segment. Yay! I guess
Yay!
it's our second segment because
Yeah.
the
That's
first
okay.
is sticks and wobbles.
It's our first real segment
Yeah,
that has structure.
exactly. So these are our top 10 gymnastics headlines of the week. This is where we catch you up on the gym stories of the week and give you the gist of what you need to know. So we will dive into a couple of these topics a little bit deeper, but most of them we're just kind of hitting and going. So
Rapid fire.
we'll get into it. It's rapid fire. So Paris World Cup is this weekend. Topic number 1. We are heading back to the 2024 Olympic venue, Accor, Bercy Arena, whatever you want to call it, for the highly anticipated Paris World Challenge Cup this Saturday and Sunday. Of course, there are medals on the line and all that jazz, but this is one of the last chances to get a good look at some athletes before Worlds in Jakarta next month. And that includes more than a dozen continental, world, and Olympic medalists. But most notably, and this is why everybody will be tuning in for the most part, we'll see the return of Angelina Melnikova as an AIN, or authorized neutral athlete, from Russia, and Great Britain's Jessica Gadirova coming back from her injury. So we'll have more on that in our next segment.
Yes. And then headline number 2 is gymnastics fans have something new to look forward to this fall, the Sports Illustrated Women's Games. So it's going to be, this is actually going to be one of our deep dive topics today. So we're going to get a little bit more into it later. But for right now, here's the gist. The insane roster for the SI Women's Games set for Halloween, less than a week after Worlds, which is crazy. This Ryder Cup-esque one-day meet will see the likes of Jade Carey, Jocelyn Robertson, Chiles Jones. She's She's coming back, our comeback queen, Ellie Black, and more from Team Americas. They're going to be facing off against Team World, including everyone's favorite overachieving 50-year-old Oksana Chusovitina, Olympic champions Alice Diamato, and Kalia Namor, and Melanie de Jesus dos Santos.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys really got to give me some slack on the pronunciations.
We were saying
we were practicing for so long.
The disclaimer is that I put all the pronunciations in our script, and we obviously try really hard. And I'm good at pronunciations. Carissa might have a little bit of a harder time with pronunciations, and I'm not hating on her.
No, I'm like dyslexic. I can't read. It's like a whole problem. It's like, please give me grace.
And I'm not perfect either. We barely speak English, so
yes,
we try, and we have pronunciations in our script, but we're gonna keep working on it. So just have grace. Have grace.
Yes.
Okay, so congratulations are in order. Number 3, Maggie Nichols is engaged.
Yay!
Get that
so happy
ring,
for her,
girl. Congratulations.
Amen.
The world champion, Oklahoma legend, and Tin Machine got engaged over the weekend to boyfriend Vincent Mazzola. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. I could not find the pronunciation for that anywhere. So Mazzola, I don't know. But
see what I
mean? Double M sounds really cute. Like Maggie Mazzola. That's cute.
I know.
If she takes his last name. Girl power.
I'm an M. Love.
So they got engaged at the beach. Now we've gotten a lot of questions about this one. Full transparency. Maggie was previously engaged to someone else, but obviously sometimes things don't work out. She looks over the moon, and we are so happy for her. So congratulations again.
The way that you just shocked me with that tidbit of information, I didn't even know that.
Yes,
I love her, and I didn't even know that.
Some people don't know this. Some people do. There was like people were retweeting our post about it and stuff and saying like, in case you didn't know this, no shade, no hate, nothing like that. Just some people were just like,
just to clear it up. Yeah.
Didn't we like, I think everybody was basically like, is this deja vu? Like,
oh, like they had thought they'd seen it before.
Yeah. And it was something like a while ago because they did get engaged. Her previous engagement was, I think, like a couple of years ago or something. So that was the disclaimer there. So
maybe I did see that, because when I saw that, I did think to myself, I thought that already happened. You know what, though?
Everybody's having this moment.
Do what you need to do. Be happy. We're so happy for you.
I mean, of course, Maggie's a catch. So, of course.
No, literally.
I'm sure every man is ready to propose to her, right?
I would be. Are you insane? Like, for sure.
We are both getting down on one knee right now.
Maggie, please
marry us.
Please marry us. Let's go for a third. Just kidding.
Engagement number 3 and 4. 3 and 4.
3 and 4.
Okay,
Johnny's gonna come home and be like, Patricia, what is happening on this podcast?
I'm leaving you for Maggie Nichols. Maggie Mazzola.
I'm done. All right,
okay,
I'll take number 4 away. The American Cup revival is happening. There have been rumors. Oh, revival. Oh my gosh, guys, that's what I'm saying. I can't read. The American Cup revival is happening. There has been rumors of American Cup coming back after it was held from 1976 to 2020, and then it got COVID. Well,
COVID did.
It's official. COVID did. It did. COVID did to get outed. Well, it's a. I'm so unserious. I need help. Anyways, COVID ixnay that. So it's official. The tentative U.S. women's program calendar lists the now mixed gender team events for the week of March 3rd through the 9th. We asked USA Gymnastics if there were any further details at this time, and they said all will be revealed in due course. So location and more is coming eventually. Hopefully we can announce that soon. That's so exciting. I'm excited about that one.
I'm really excited. That's another meet for us to go and cover. So we're excited to see where it is. I'm assuming they haven't announced Winter Cup next year, but I'm assuming Winter Cup will once again be in Louisville. And I always also pronounce Louisville basically wrong. So one of my neighbors corrected me on that at some point. So, but I don't know where it's going to be.
I couldn't tell you.
But I'm excited. There have been rumors about this for a while. And I do think that apparently, reportedly, since the American Cup revival rumor is correct, I also think that the fact that Nasty Cup is apparently gonna be held in conjunction with it is probably also correct. So we'll have, like, Winter Cup, and then a couple weeks later will be American Cup, so there's gonna be a great slate of elite competition
Yes.
in the spring, domestically, so that's exciting.
And I feel like it's a good filler in a sense. Like, I feel like we
Yeah,
kinda get a little stagnant with the elite
yeah.
season, so it's helping keep it more regular, which I feel like
Mhm.
for onlookers, that's good, but also for the gymnasts themselves, it's probably good to not have so many lulls.
Yeah, it'll be exciting, and it'll be good to see this mixed gender format.
I
Of course,
know, I'm so excited
they
about that.
they haven't announced what it's gonna look like, but I mean, we do assume that it's going to be pairs, not actually like a mixed gender team, and so it should be fun to see what pairs we come up with and how this kind of plays out ahead of the next couple of years, especially or few years, especially before LA when the mixed gender team event is part of the games. So that'll be
I
cool.
which is insane. I'm so
Yeah, I love
excited.
it. I think it'll be
I'm
fun.
so excited. I think it really is gonna elevate the sport in a way.
It'll be cool, and hopefully it's not just like an afterthought. So,
I know.
um,
We can hope and
okay.
pray.
Hope and pray. Number 5, Celebrity Family Feud is on Thursday, hopefully tonight when you are listening to this show, Thursday, September 11th, and you won't want to miss this gymnastics edition. So, Clark Kent, Pommel Horse Guy, Mr. Dancing with the Stars, Steven Nedorozic is going against newly minted Miss Dancing with the Stars, Jordan Chiles. They're going to face off with their families at 8 p.m. Eastern on ABC. So hopefully you are listening to this before that and
Mhm.
can tune in.
And
And
you should be.
you should be. Who do you think is winning this, Carissa?
I I don't know because I feel like Steven is very smart, but I think my girl Jordan Chiles has more witty answers, and I feel like for
Mm,
Family Feud, you need wittier answers.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
gonna go with Chiles. I'm gonna go with Chiles on this
I've seen
one.
a lot of people say like they're picking Jordan because, like, Steven's, like, definitely more of, like, a Jeopardy. Of course, he
Yes.
does, like,
If it was
Rubik's
Jeopardy,
cubes and
I'd
stuff.
be like Steven all the way. But this is more
Mhm,
about like wit, street smarts, like just on the go quick humor. And like to me, that screams Jordan. Like just so like
mhm.
stylish and flashy answers. Like that's what's gonna make you win. And
Yeah,
she's honestly like she's so funny. Like she doesn't even try and
yeah.
she's funny.
It'll be very it'll be very interesting. They're both,
I know, it's
like
like two polar opposites.
they're so opposite, but then they're also both so quick-witted and smart,
Oh,
and
for
then you
sure.
don't know how their families are gonna be too, so that'll play,
Mm-mm.
like, a big
I
part in it.
know. I know.
So, we'll
That's so
see.
true.
We're excited
That's so
to,
true.
share who wins next week, so
I know. And moving on smoothly to number 6. Speaking of TV shows, and that girl, Jordan Chiles, is set to star on Dancing with the Stars. This one has been a long time coming in our humble Gymnastics Now opinion, but it was announced last week that Jo will be competing this fall for the Mirrorball Trophy while still training for her final NCAA season with UCLA. She's partnered with Ezra Sosa. Love, love, love this partnership. And we can't wait for all the TikToks too. I'm so excited. This is one of our later stories that we're going to dive into. So I'm going to contain myself and let you
Mhm.
move on to number 7 because we have much to discuss later on.
Okay, okay. In NCAA related news, Southern Utah Gymnastics is joining the Pac-12. So the Flippin' Birds, and I also just have to stop
I
here for
love
a
that
second.
name. I'm
This was it.
obsessed with that.
This was
The
at the
flippin'
press release,
birds.
and I
I'm
never put it
obsessed.
together, but like I just think you know what I'm thinking of, right? Like flipping the
Mm-hmm.
bird, and then
Yes.
so
See,
you know
I'm
what?
thinking of like those flipping birds. Like that's what I'm
Oh,
thinking of. And I
see,
think that's
no,
beautiful.
I'm thinking of the middle finger. So this is,
I'm
but
dead.
the flippin' birds are giving it to giving they're giving the middle finger to the MPSF and they're moving on to the Pac-12.
Heck
So,
yeah. Let's go.
you
The flipping
go,
guys.
guys.
I don't
Woohoo,
know. They just
ladies.
earned themselves a fan from me personally. Like just with the name. Like I
So they'll
just
be
think I'm your guys' biggest fan now.
the Flippin' Birds will be joining the Pac-12 in 2027. They're bringing the Pac-12. That'll bring the Pac-12 gymnastics membership to 4 teams, so it's basically a conference again. So yay, congrats, yay. It'll
Woo!
be Southern Utah, Oregon State, Utah State, and Boise State. The Thunderbirds have been dominant in the MPSF the past 2 seasons, and before that in the Mountain Rim Gymnastics Conference. They are going on 5 years of winning conference titles, so 3 consecutive in the MRGC and then back-to-back in the MPSF, including the 2025 season. So Southern Utah will host the MPSF championships in 2026 before saying sayonara for good and heading to the Pac-12. Yay.
Love. So exciting. We gotta love those conference movements. All right.
Yeah, maybe it'll finally like level out here soon.
Yeah,
Not as
I know.
much conference movement and just more gymnastics.
No, that would be so, that's crazy. That would be so cool. I wonder if that will ever happen. Anyways, the Brazilian championships were over the weekend with Olympians and other familiar names competing. Olympic team bronze medalist Flavia Saraiva, Julia Juju Suarez, and Lorraine Oliveira competed on the women's side, but none did the all around. Oliveira won silver on bars. Saraiva, did I say that right?
Mm-hmm.
Saraiva won gold on beam, and Suarez won floor gold and bronze on beam. If you're wondering where the other 2 Olympic team members, Rebecca Andrade, Jad Barbosa, were, Rebecca is training but not competing this season, and Jad is pregnant. Congratulations.
Yay!
That's so
Congrats,
exciting.
girl.
Of note on the men's side, American fans will be excited to hear Vitaly Gamarez, former U.S. and Oklahoma gymnast, won all-around bronze.
In other NCAA news, it's officially official visit and commitment season. So here's where some of the top recruits have been. Of note on the women's side, LSU went 4 for 4 on Monday when Risa Sponda, Leah Reddick, Sage Bradford, and Zoe Kedrin committed to the Tigers simultaneously, like all within a matter of like 20 or 30 minutes. And they literally all used the hashtag 4 for 4. So as one of our writers said after that, leave some for the rest of them, guys. And then on the men's side, Maxim Khan, son of Belarusian gymnast Andrei Khan, visited Michigan last week. He told us at championships in August that he's also visiting Stanford, Illinois, and Penn State before deciding.
Very nice. Love to see a little Illinois shout out on there. All right. And our last and final headline in the top 10 is updates on the Philippines crew. Emma Malabuyo is staying on at UCLA as a graduate student assistant coach while she pursues a postgraduate certificate in marketing. That's so exciting. In even more exciting news, Buyo and Aaliyah Finnegan are set to compete at Worlds in October and the SEA Games in December, per Malaya Business Insight.
Okay, so now that we've given the rundown of the gym news, we want to go into specific stories that we think need a little bit more attention, and we have some explaining to do. So, story 1, Paris World Challenge Cup. That's this weekend, September 13th and 14th at, again, Accor/Bercy Arena. And I say Accor. Accor is the sponsored name of the arena, and then Bercy is what it was called during the Olympics last year. Also, if you haven't seen it, you probably have if you watched the games last year. But Bercy is like such a cool, like almost like pyramid arena with grass up the sides and stuff. So you should absolutely look up a photo of it. But no U.S. athletes will be competing this year. This is still a star-studded event, though. So definitely tune in if you can. We have the full nominative roster on our site. But there are, again, continental, world, and Olympic medalists and some NCAA stars, including Missouri's Kaya Tanskanen, representing Finland, and Stanford freshman Jennifer Williams, repping Sweden. The meet is expected to be streamed on the French Federation's streaming platform, Ma Gym TV. Instead of like My Gym TV, it is MA Gym TV. So you can easily find it. Headlining the meet are Angelina Melnikova, as we said a bit ago, and Jessica Gadirova. And between these two, we have a lot to talk about and a lot to be excited about. So, first up, Melnikova. Take it away, Carissa.
This is her first international meet since winning the world all-around title in 2021 because Russian and Belarusian athletes have been banned from competing in FIG-sanctioned meets. She was granted authorized neutral athlete, aka AIN status, earlier this year and recently dropped out of running for a political position in Russia to maintain that status. In recent training clips, she showed a full twisting double lay, a double pike on floor, piked Jaeger on bars, two-footed layout series on beam, and a double twisting Yurchenko on vault. So the question is, how will she look? Will she be able to get back to anywhere near the level of 2021?
Yeah. So, I mean, to like refresh people's brains, if you have
Mhm.
kind of just the thing is that ever since the Russian and Belarusian athletes, specifically the Russian athletes, have been
Mhm.
banned by FIG, like there hasn't been a ton of news on them. She doesn't even post that much. Those training clips were like relatively I think I looked back and it had been months since she had posted anything,
Mhm.
as far as, like, training goes. So, there hasn't been much news, and they have been competing, like, domestically in Russia
Yeah.
against each other and doing stuff like that. But back in 2021, I mean, her and the Russian women were on a roll, Russian men
Mhm.
too, but she won Olympic team gold, all around and floor bronze with the Russians slash they were ROC at the games in
Mhm.
Tokyo, and then went on to win 3 medals at 2021 Worlds, all around gold, floor silver, vault bronze. So,
Mhm.
on an absolute tear, and it was really, like, at her peak. I
Yeah.
personally don't expect her to be at that level per se,
Yeah.
and maybe it's, like, only temporarily as she gets back into the swing of things internationally. Maybe it's forever.
Mhm.
Like, I think at one point, I do believe she was basically talking about potentially never competing again internationally because, she's getting older and she hasn't competed internationally since 2021. It's been 4 years.
Yeah, that's a very in the gymnastics world of things, that's a very long time.
Like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
They haven't competed internationally. She has not competed internationally in 4 years since Tokyo, and that's, like, almost feels like a lifetime in gymnastics.
Mhm.
So, it'll be interesting. I do think I'm also hopeful. I mean, I feel like Angelina Melnikova has for a lot of people as a gymnast, you know, the whole political position and Russia and all of that aside,
Yeah, that
she's
was
always
crazy.
been like a gymnastics fan favorite. Um, and a
People
lot of
love to
people
watch her. So
yeah,
I
love
think
to watch
people will
her.
be so excited for her to come back,
Mhm.
but I
Yeah.
think you're right as far as expectations go. Competing domestically and competing internationally are two very different things, and I feel like
Yeah.
how are you doing all that? How are you running for political office and training
Yeah,
to be a gymnast at the same time?
that's
I'm not saying she can't do it. I'm just saying we might need to lower our expectations for her reveal. That's all.
That's probably the hardest thing, and I'm also currently trying to keep my cat from coming into the frame. Love you so much, buddy, but please don't step on
He's
my
like, I want to be on the
keyboard.
podcast. I have
Um,
thoughts.
but I think that's the hardest thing as well is that ever since of course, they're banned because of Russia's
Yeah.
invasion of Ukraine, which is the war is still ongoing, and they haven't competed for years, and so there's the controversy there, and then Melnikova has trained at, a gym that was basically, like, state-sponsored, so then there's been the question of, like, should she even have AIN status? And then, of course, she was running for political office, which, like, I mean, I think pretty transparently, it's like if you're running for political office, you're not an authorized neutral
No.
athlete in this, so
No.
then people have been like, should she really even the fact that she was, like, trying to run and still have her AIN status, like, should you still be able
Yeah.
to have that status? But all that to be said, so it's kind of like it's hard because she's coming back and people probably wanna root for her gymnastics, but then there's the political aspect of it, and you it's kind of been tarnished, I guess, so
Yeah.
it'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing her gymnastics, and,
Yeah.
I mean,
When
of
it
course,
comes
the
down to the
field
gymnastics of it all, I'm excited to see what she's gonna come back with,
yeah.
but transparently, I don't expect her to come out swinging like they were in 2021.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so we'll see.
We'll see, and I do think, it is, the year after an Olympics, a post-Olympic Worlds, and individual Worlds. If there's a time for her to come back and be able to make even more of a splash, then say hi to my cat and
Hi,
goodbye.
kitty.
Um, make a splash and really like get to come back and probably not be overshadowed because also she can only come back as an individual. These athletes they're authorized or what did I say? Authorized neutral athletes, whatever.
Yeah.
So, they're individuals. Like they can't
Yeah.
come back as a team because basically Russia, ROC, etc. is still banned. It's just
Yeah.
them as individuals. So at next year when there's a team competition again at Worlds, it's like, oh, okay, like then she'd probably get a bit overshadowed, but since it's, a smaller world, no team event, there's just all around in the events, um,
Yeah.
she could have the chance to make a little bit of a splash. So it'd be very interesting to see how she performs. And then the World Cup, of course, this weekend is going to be that first teaser to see how she looks, how's her
Yeah.
endurance and stuff. So I think
I
it'll be
think it's gonna
interesting.
be yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting to see where she goes from here depending on her performance. Just with
That's a
so
good
much,
point.
like,
Yeah.
in the kinda up in the air in a sense of, like, her being
Hmm.
like, "I don't know if I'll ever compete internationally again," and then running for office, and then now she's competing again. Just kind of like I'm interested to see, like, how she'll respond if her performance isn't what she wants it to be.
Yeah. Like I fully expect her to do Paris World Cup Worlds. And then it's like, will she potentially retire? Will she keep
Yeah.
going and try to compete in LA? I honestly forget. Let me see. Angelina Melnikova. I'm trying just try just see how old she is. She's 25, so I mean, she's not old. We are fully past that whole like, 25 is
Mhm.
ancient dialogue in
Thank
gymnastics.
God.
But you are, getting older, getting up there, and
Yeah.
it's just like and she's accomplished so much in the sport already, so
And I think once you start kind of when you say out loud, "I might retire from international competitions," that's when you're kinda like, "Oh, they're really thinking about it." You know what I mean? Like, I think it's
yeah.
different than when you just kinda keep it in your head. Like, I think
Yeah, I
putting that
mean,
out there kinda shows where her mind was at.
yeah, I think it shows that basically she knows that it's kind of like her career has been like, going up, 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 and then I would say like Tokyo was like that peak, and then like you're probably on the tail end of your career.
Yeah.
And maybe she'll prove us wrong. Maybe she'll still be up, 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 and
Hey,
just pick up where she
we've
left
said it here
off.
before. We'll say it again. You're gonna hear it a lot. We love an underdog. We love to be
Yeah.
wrong. So
So
listen,
we will
you're not
see.
out here doing the tricks, so
Nope,
we
nope,
believe in
nope,
you.
nope, nope.
You go, girl.
Um, and then there's Gadirova, who suffered a full ACL tear during training at 2023 Worlds in Antwerp, and then missed the rest of 2023 and all of 2024, including the Olympics, where she was previously a medal favorite. It's been it was 513 days between her competing in Antwerp and then getting back on the competition floor in March at the English Championships. Um, she is focused on bars and beam this year and has said that her long-term plan is LA 2028. So she's keeping that in mind as she paces herself. And I think Gadirova is like kind of like the opposite story. Like, of course, it's two
Mhm.
female gymnasts that have been super dominant, have won world and Olympic medals. Um, but she doesn't have the political, thing political cloud
Yeah.
hanging over her head, and she's, I
Mhm.
think, definitely a fan favorite, so it's
Yeah.
it's very exciting, and how she's looked good at, the English championships and stuff,
Oh, I'm
English
so
and
excited for her to come back, like,
British
full.
championships, and she's only 20, I didn't even realize
Yeah.
that.
No, she's a
It's
baby,
crazy.
because last year when that happened at Worlds, I was so sad for her. My heart broke, and then I went and I saw her age, and I was like and again, age isn't a determining factor anymore,
No.
thank God, but human body-wise, healing is better when you're younger. So for me to see that, I was like, "Oh, thank goodness. I'm so glad." Like, it'll just be easier on her body to come back.
Yeah.
So I can't wait. I'm so excited to see
She
her
she
again.
won silver on beam at the English championships, and then she also competed at British championships, like I said, did bars and beam, and won silver on bars, I believe. So,
Like
um,
Queen.
she's she's already like she's clearly picking up where she left off.
Yeah.
And I think it's smart of her to ease back into it because she's obviously looking at basically a whole nother quad. So,
Mhm.
gearing back up, 20 years old. She'll be 21 on October 3rd.
It's October 3rd.
But
Oh my god,
she has a
baby.
lot of exciting things. The last time, of course, 2023 Worlds, she got injured. But the
Mhm.
Worlds before that, in Liverpool, in the UK, she's a GB gymnast. Again, she won 3 medals. Floor gold, which was a big one, team silver, all around bronze. She was really hitting her stride. Just really in that, like, 2021 to 2023 era. She was,
Mhm.
like, just peaking at the right time. And she hasn't been gone for 4 years like Melnikova, so it'll be cool. And also, I didn't know that, Gadirova was born in Dublin, Ireland, so
I know, that's crazy.
that's
Fun
unique.
fun fact.
I had no idea about that, so
I love
very
that.
cool. But she represents Great Britain, so,
I
um
love.
and of course, then there's also that's Jessica, and then she has her twin sister, Jennifer, if you're
Mhm.
into the Gadirovas and you don't know, like, you're like, "Which one are we talking about?" We're talking about Jessica.
Mhm.
But, um, yeah, so
I'm
excited
so
to
excited
see
for her to come.
both of
Come
them
back fully.
compete. Yeah, and it'll be fun. So let's
And I
switch
can't
to
wait to
our
recap it.
yeah, we'll talk about it next week. So we will actually, like, talk about the results of
Mhm.
Paris World Challenge Cup on next week's episode and get to debrief on Angelina and Jessica and all of the big names that are competing and how it kind of transpired and how people are looking before Worlds. But for now, let's switch to our next deep dive story, which is the Sports Illustrated Games or Women's Games, Carissa.
Yes, the SIWG will see Team Americas versus Team World, similar to golf's Ryder Cup, which is kind of so funny, I think.
And it's coming up,
acro-
and like
I know
the
it
Ryder
is.
Cup is actually coming up in a couple weeks.
I know. I like that they're kind of that you did the comparison of that. I love that. Across 6 events, gymnastics, basketball, tennis, volleyball, flag football, and judo, and wrestling. From
Mm-hmm.
October 28th to November 2nd, the gymnastics portion of this competition will take place on Halloween and include the Olympic disciplines, artistic, floor beam and bars, rhythmic, team and individual, and trampoline, individual, and synchro. The Halloween competition is going to be at Front Wave Arena in Oceanside, California. The competition will be on at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern, ION, and Prime Video.
Yeah.
So, do you
Ion?
want me
I
to?
don't know. Is it Ion or
Yeah,
Ion? I don't even know. One of the two.
it's ION. So just type that in.
Yeah. So Ion,
Yeah.
I think that that's like the broadcast channel, and then I think it's gonna be
Mhm.
streamed on Prime.
Okay, cool. Do you want to go? You're better at the name pronunciation. You want to go into the roster?
Yeah, so the roster rundown, and when I read this, I think Chris had the similar reaction, and then our photographer Amy, who is planning to be at this event, also had a similar reaction. I like screamed last week when I read this roster because
Yeah.
when they
Well, I thought it
when
was fake. Well, I literally thought it was fake until
you
Patricia
really
said. If honestly, thank God Patricia said something to me because I thought I got a scam email.
because
I
Carissa
was
got the
like,
press release. They sent the press release to Carissa for some reason, and we're just like, what? I was
somebody's lying.
Was I on the phone
Somebody's
with
fake.
you? And I was just like, I just kept going down
Well,
the roster. Let me just
she
wait.
was
Let me
like,
go down the roster. I was just like, I was like, Ellie Black, Jade Carey, Shilese
mhm.
Jones,
Yes.
Jocelyn Robertson.
That's exactly how it
What?
was. And what happened was we were on the phone talking about this podcast, and she was like, "Yeah, we could talk about the SI games." And I was like, "Wait, so did you get that email? Like, was that real?" And she was like, "What email?" And I was like, "Oh, let me forward it to you. I'm pretty sure it's a scam." And I sent it to her, and she was like, "Wait, is this real?" And I was like, "I told you, I don't know. Is it real? It is real. This is real." So now I will let her go and tell you the rest of the roster. It's
The roster.
insane, insane roster.
It's insane. And full disclaimer, apparently these athletes are getting paid. They're getting their bag, they're getting their coin, and they're also getting like the
As
prize
they
money if
should.
they win. So the field is subject to change, and we will discuss that in a second because I have
Mhm.
some questions about this. But The Team America's roster for artistic, Ellie Black, Canada, Jade Carey, Shilese Jones, Jocelyn Robertson, Natalia Escalara from Mexico, Camila Gomez for trampoline, Sophie Method for trampoline as well, Evita Griskinas for rhythmic, and then the USA rhythmic team. And also, I did ask USA Gymnastics if they're like affiliated with this, and they said there's no official affiliation, which makes me think that they'll probably like, you know, post about it a little bit or something,
Mhm.
but no, like this isn't like a formal thing for USA Gymnastics. And then the team world roster has Alicia Diamato for artistic, Kaylee Moore, Melanie De Jesus dos Santos, Natalia Jacobi, who told us that she is like, she's so honored to be among these names. Um, Oksana Chusovitina, and then the Italian Federation Rhythmic Group, and Bryony Page for trampoline, and Izzy Songhurst for trampoline. Yeah, so that's an insane roster.
Yeah, no. Well, and I
We're
feel like
just
this is just so, like,
it's the week
where
after
did
Worlds.
this come from?
It's less than a week after Worlds. It's okay. So my
There's
first
been
like
so little coverage on this that I thought the press release was fake. I thought
well,
it was
okay,
fake.
so
I thought it was a scam.
it was announced. I think Johnny and I were talking about it and like a couple weeks ago, maybe about a month ago, and we were out walking, and I was just like, I have no idea who they're gonna get for this. This is preseason NCAA. It's less than a week
Mhm.
after Worlds. I was just like, I feel like some people are gonna like come out of the woodwork. And he was like, is Livy gonna be like competing in it or something? And I was just like,
No, like, honestly,
I
that
was like,
that would
Livy's
be more
retired.
where my mind would go, though.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
he's
yeah.
right for that. Like athletes that have kind of, retired and have put a cap on their careers, but maybe they want to do this type of exhibition
Like Caitlin
style for
Ohashi or
fun games.
somebody.
Yes, that's literally exactly who I was thinking of. Like, that's what I had in mind. That's why when I saw the lineup, I was like, this isn't real. And I was like, and if it is, Patricia got it too. So we're fine. So thank God Patricia said something to me.
Nope. All of them, I think when we posted about it last week, like Thursday, Shilese shared it, Shilese's coach shared it. I think like Joss and her dad shared it. Like it's legit. This is legit.
Love.
Now, the field is definitely
Love.
subject to change. Like they sent
For
us
sure.
that press release and then they sent an updated one. I think they are gonna add, I think more than anything, they're probably gonna add an individual rhythmic gymnast. I think people have
Yeah.
been asking like there's a Vita for the US, but then we don't have, they had previously like somebody else, one of the Ukrainian rhythmic athletes for individual, but I don't think that worked out. So we've got the two. We got the Italian Federation Rhythmic Group and the US Rhythmic Group. And then we have an individual rhythmic gymnast for the US. And we're, I think, waiting for an individual rhythmic gymnast for the world team. So yeah, and then I do like I'm kind of up in the air as far as like, okay, so we will be talking world team selection camp and previewing that and stuff for the US women in the coming weeks. But Joss is like obviously a favorite to make the team.
Yeah.
So as long as she's healthy. So she's gonna like
Are you doing
Jakarta's
do
like
back to back?
Jakarta's like halfway across the country. I mean, not country,
No,
the
like
world. Like
Patricia's gonna be like up all night long, and I'm gonna be like waking up and being like, "Hey, girl!" Like we
yeah,
were
like
trying to plan, and she was like, "I'm gonna be on a completely nocturnal schedule." Like honestly,
Jakarta's
Joss, if you could pull that off, you go, girl. But do it safely, please.
yes, please be safe. I mean, I do think so for
She
Worlds.
has her age going for her, though. Like, as a
Oh
27
yeah.
year old, I could never bounce back like that. But if I was like her age, I would have done something like that, like for sure.
And I mean, again, it's like
And
this
they're
is
some of the
definitely
best
like
athletes in the world. So,
they're being paid. There's a prize
hmm
pool, so there's that benefit, and then there's like the, promo of it. And I will say, so like this is the side story is like or the side note is we'll have a team at World. I'm not going because I am currently nursing my child and I'm not taking a 3-month-old or he'll be 4 months for Worlds, a 4-month-old to
that'd be
Indonesia.
crazy. That'd be crazy.
So, I'll be at Worlds next year, but we'll have our team there. And Amy, one of our photographers that's going to be there, like just switched all of her flights literally to go to this meet. So instead of she was going like the opposite way home. Now she's going from Jakarta to LA, I think, or
Yeah.
San Fran. and then driving to the meet. So maybe Joss is just basically like, she's flying from Jakarta to like LA or San Fran, stopping in for this, and then getting back to Arkansas
Yeah.
for preseason and school and stuff. I'm assuming that's basically
Which
how that'll
is
go. If she
still
makes the team, if she makes the world team. But
insane. Insane.
yeah.
But hey,
So,
more power to you, girlfriend. I can't wait to watch personally.
and
I can't
then
wait to watch.
and then we have, okay, so I guess the next question is like, of course, this is an exhibition, right? Like that's what people have been asking. Like
Yeah.
it's not sanctioned by USAG, like I said.
No.
It's not like a USAG official meet or something that's like whatever. It's not an NCAA meet. So it's definitely like it's an exhibition. I expect
It's like for funsies.
like they're not doing vault for artistic.
Mhm.
And then I don't know what scoring system they're gonna use. So that'll be interesting. It's definitely for funsies. I just don't know if they're gonna be using, I assume because they also have tramp and rhythmic, I assume they're gonna use like maybe like a modified elite code or something. But then also I could see them using for the artistic portion a 10-0, like the
Mhm.
NCAA scoring.
I know. I'm leaning more towards they're gonna go NCAA because it's easier to follow.
But yeah, and everybody wants to like be able to throw up a 10 or not. So
Mhm.
and then you also have, and it's got to be an exhibition, right? Because Chiles, this is like, I mean, it's an exhibition, so I wouldn't really know if I would like coin it as like her comeback meet, but it is her comeback
Yeah.
because she got injured, didn't make, obviously couldn't basically contend for the Olympic team. She's had multiple knee leg surgeries this past year. She just had
Mhm.
shoulder surgery like 2 months ago. So she's like on her way back, and
Yeah.
she's just now getting back on a beam. She's been sharing clips of her training. So like it's got to be
No,
an
for sure. Yeah.
exhibition. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it has to
So
be. But we're
and then
excited.
we're so excited. And then there's also Jade. Everybody's excited about Jade because she hasn't competed elite since Paris. And she's kind of been like, or no, she hasn't competed elite since Paris, and then she competed obviously for NCAA her last season for Oregon State and is joining them as a assistant coach, student assistant coach. But she's kind of been like vague slash up in the air about if she was going to continue elite. I don't
Mhm.
think by any means this confirms that she's continuing
No.
elite,
No.
but
I cannot emphasize the word funsies enough
it's
when I
for
think about
funsies.
this.
So
Like, it is for funsies. No tea, no shade, as I swim. Happy you're doing it. Happy you're including us. It's definitely for funsies.
so
And I think it's a really good way to grow the audience as well. So
yeah, it's cool. It's cool to see like the SI women's games. It's all about the women, all about the ladies. Great field. So, if this pops off, it could, obviously grow and get bigger and bigger. And we're excited to, like I said, we're planning on having on-site coverage. So we're excited to have some photo, potentially video, depending on rights and stuff, and just coverage in general. Of course, it's on Halloween, like my kid's first Halloween, and they're trying to make me cover this.
I know. Why did they
I'm
do that?
I'm busy
Well,
being
also, like,
I'm
no
supposed to be
offense,
the
I just
Lorax for
realized,
Halloween. Like, I'm busy.
Patricia, I cannot.
Okay, no, I'm not the
No.
Lorax. He's the Lorax. And
Are
I'm
you going to be the tree?
no, Johnny's the tree.
I'm dead. I
And then
cannot.
basically, like, I think his sister's coming into town, and I think she might be a tree, or we're doing the movie, not the book. So I'm gonna be the Onceler, and then she might be like the evil villain guy with the ugly bob haircut.
Love.
Or a tree.
Perfect.
So, anyways, we're supposed to be doing that. But I'm gonna basically come in from trick or treating again with like a 4-month-old. So we're taking the candy,
Yeah.
obviously. But
Yeah.
and then cover this at like 9 p.m. at night. So and then we'll have
You
Amy
know
on
what?
site. So
Livy Dunn might have said no to this because she wants to go to Heidi Klum's Halloween party. I'm just saying.
well, maybe that is you've cracked the code, Carissa.
I've cracked it. It does not, like, she is so SI swim. It does not add up, in my opinion, for her to not be there. She was the first person I was like, yeah, she's going to do it.
Well, yeah, of course you have Livy, and then Jordan and Suni were.
Yeah.
Were Jordan and Suni both on the cover this year? Were they both part of the cover? No. Jordan was part of the cover, and then Suni was in it, and Livy was in it. I think Livy
Yes.
was part of the cover. Anyways, whatever,
Yeah.
some shape mix of the
Yeah.
gymnasts were cover models, and then in this issue this year, but of course, Jordan's gonna be doing Dancing with the Stars. I could have seen her, especially since it's
Oh,
in
for
California.
sure.
I could have seen her popping over there for like the day to do it.
Mhm.
Um, but she'll be doing Dance with the Stars, which we'll talk about in a second. So, anyways, it's exciting. We will have more coverage of this to come for sure.
Personally, as a pop culture girly, I'm excited about this.
It should be fun.
I think it's
It'll
gonna be
be
fun.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay. So finally, let's transition to our last segment of the episode where we get to dive into more of pop culture, real life headlines in the gym world. So, gymnasts are people too. First off,
They are. They are.
some quick shout outs. Alice Kinsella, GB, gave birth to her son, Parker Anthony Lavin, this past week. So
Love.
congratulations, Alice.
Congrats.
And then happy birthday, Ellie Black. So Ellie turned the big 3-0 earlier this week.
Goodness.
So congrats. I'll be joining
Slay
you
queen.
there in less than a year.
I heard your
You're doing
30s
better
are the
than
best
me.
years of your life.
I heard they're
so
peak.
I'm jealous
so
of you. I heard they're
great.
top notch. As a 27-year-old, I'm itching to get to my 30s.
Can't wait. My 30s are going to be full of having babies.
Amen. I can't say the same, but I'm just hoping. I'm
But
just
so
hoping they'll be a little bit more stable and fun than my 20s.
But I'm 29, so we're not at 30 yet.
Yeah.
Okay. Next story, actually diving a little bit deeper, Jordan Chiles on Dancing with the Stars. Yay!
We got to
This
talk about
is
this.
exciting. Last year, Steven, of course, was on Dancing with the Stars, finished 4th. Everybody was also talking about Jordan when everybody was like, which of the gymnasts basically like post Olympics are going to be on Dancing with the Stars? Everybody was like, Jordan. And then like Steven got some, like he got a little bit more attention and that picked up steam. And then he ended up being on Dancing with the Stars. And then this year she is going to join. She is with season 34. She's going to be paired with Ezra Sosa already. Like they are giving us great content on TikTok and social. They clearly like are partnered well. Last year, Sosa, who I think it was his first season as a pro last year, he was partnered with Anna Delvey.
You got
literally, and they got eliminated like immediately, unsurprisingly.
And she was like so sassy about it, and it was such good viral content. And I like truly, this is his comeback season. I'm happy for him. That whole sideline story leading up to it is insane. Like his partnership with Anna Delvey was insane. And if you've seen the memes that him and Jordan are already posting about it, so good.
Oh yeah, they were basically Ezra's already like point blank been like, my partner's already 100 million times better than season.
Literally. I think it's gonna be great. This is no hate to Steven. I think he was wonderful. I think everybody loved him.
Oh, he crushed it. He crushed it.
He crushed it.
Exceeded expectations.
And I think that him and Riley Arnold being paired together was like the perfect match, honestly. But I think that Jordan has a great partner, and I've always wanted her to be on Dancing with the Stars because she has so much personality and so much energy. And like, I just can't wait to see what she does. I'm so excited. Honestly, I have not watched Dancing with the Stars in years, and this between this and the Mormon Moms, you've got me back. I'll start watching again.
The Mormon Moms. I really do. Okay, so
I love the Mormon Moms.
Yeah, so I'm currently pulling up like the roster and stuff. So we'll make our predictions in a minute. But I mean, like Jordan, she has had a crazy year. She obviously last year won gold in Paris, released her book. NCAA returned with UCLA, Nike Super Bowl ad, Time Woman of the Year, SI swimsuit cover. They're still over in La La Land off overseas figuring out the Olympic floor medal case, which Lily, the USAG CEO and president, said is still ongoing, and
which is insane.
We'll see what happens. Hopefully that doesn't, I mean, I'm sure Dancing with the Stars would love for a result, so that to resolve during the season.
But maybe not.
But maybe not. Like, let's just focus on the dancing.
Let's just let her have fun.
She is some stats, some numbers. She's the 9th U.S. gymnast to compete on the
Mhm.
show. There's also an international track record. Reese McGlinigan of Ireland won Dancing with the Stars
Yes.
Ireland earlier this year. So if you want to see some other stats and numbers and stuff related to international versions of Dancing with the Stars, is actually Strictly Come Dancing, blah, blah, blah. Go to our site. But ninth U.S. gymnast to compete, two past winners, Sean Johnson and Lori Hernandez. Basically, all of these gymnasts, besides Mary Lou Retton, have placed in the top
Mhm.
5. Steven finished 4th last season. So, track record is great. Everybody, like, everything that I've seen, everybody, all these, like, influencers and, not influencers, just fans have basically, like, predicted that Jordan's gonna, make it to the finale, and I agree with that. I mean, let's go down the
Yeah.
roster real quick, the other people that are competing this season. We have, again, like you said, the Mormon Wives,
Mhm.
um, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives,
I love that show.
Jen Affleck, um, then we have I'm trying to just read it, Jen Affleck, then we have Hilaria Baldwin, Jordan, NBA's
So Kristen.
NBA's All-Star Baron Davis, social media personality Alex Earl, Dylan Efron. Ezra's already posting TikToks basically talking about how, handsome Dylan Efron is.
No, like, he is in a very committed relationship, and I respect it so much, but if you wanted to put my dream man on paper, it is that man. And, honestly, maybe I'm watching for him this season. He is just a sweet angel baby. I love
And
him.
then the question is, are we gonna have Zach in the audience? I hope so. Actor and musician Corey Feldman, Boy Meets World star Danielle Fishel, film and TV actress Elaine Hendricks from The Parent Trap.
Yes, wait,
Um,
I think she's gonna be a sneaky top runner,
I think that's what I talked about with
and I
somebody
love
else,
her.
and they
I
were
love her
like, she's gonna
dearly.
crush it.
Oh, she's gonna crush
Um,
it so hard.
Pentatonics, Scott Hoying, I think that's how it's pronounced. Robert Irwin, every single person that I have talked to has been like, Robert's winning it.
Mhm.
So do with that what you may. Fifth Harmony's Lauren, um, The Secret Life of Mormon Wives, second Mormon wife on the show, Whitney Levitt. I think that she's gonna go further than Jen, but both of them can shake it. So go
Yeah,
girls.
truly. They really
And then
can.
comedian Andy Richter. So I'm excited for this season. We will have
No,
coverage
this is,
all
like, the first
season.
season I'm excited about watching in a long time.
So
And can I just say, I will say it, I think that it is gonna be such a toss-up, that if I had to
mhm,
pick right now, I might be partial because I love Val, but I think
mhm.
that Alex and Val are gonna, like, get in the top 3.
That's the thing is, like, Alex Earl is a
She's
TikTok
from my
star, like,
county. She's
you
Monmouth
don't s
County, New Jersey.
oh, wow,
Yeah,
from my
she lived, like
county.
yeah. Yeah,
We claim
whatever.
her.
We claim her.
Um,
We claim her. We drink the same coffee. It's fine.
what does she call her boyfriend? NFL boyfriend or something?
NFL man.
NFL man,
Braxton
Braxton
Berrios.
Berrios. Um, but
I'm
it'll be
loving this side of you, Patricia. This is
but they
wonderful.
I
Keep it
know these
coming.
things. I do know
I'm
these
so proud of
things.
you.
Um, they the thing about Alex is, like, she's obviously, like, she got big for, like, her Miami outfits when she was at U
Mhm.
of M, and makeup and how she's like the Energizer Bunny. She just, like, literally keeps going. Yeah, so Alex, I just haven't seen her actually do the dancing. Like, she's not really been on much of the, like, the TikTok dance side of things as far as I know it, so I haven't seen her dance. I've seen, like, Whitney Levitt and Jen Affleck dance on TikTok, so there's
See, I
that.
feel like
So
Jen does, like, the booty shaking TikTok dances, and then I feel like Alex, she was a dancer when she was a kid.
oh, I
And
didn't know that.
so and I've seen her do a few TikTok dances, but she gives more, like, classical.
Well, that's good. That's gonna benefit her on Dancing with the Stars when it's like it's not just like, "Oh, can you do a TikTok dance?" Obviously, like, it's ballroom
I think you're
dancing,
right, though. I
so
think that's where that Whitney will beat Jen out.
yeah. I mean, her and then Whitney is partnered with Mark Ballas, and all of these are not talking about Jordan with Ezra, and, like,
I know,
I
the way
do
that we just completely went away from our storyline. But it's
but
true. I think that's
Janelle
great.
we talked to we talked to Janelle last week after it was announced, talked to her UCLA head coach, Janelle McDonald, on Thursday, and she was so excited. She's very excited for Disney night. She said that she's gonna send Jordan some suggestions for that. I don't really know if they get to pick that, but neither here nor there. And then, yeah, so Jordan, she was saying that basically Jordan, like, picks up things so fast, and she's excited to, like, basically have Jordan bring, some things back to the team as far as, like, the ballroom dance and the performance and everything. But, like, her big thing was that Jordan really picks up things so quick and basically immediately has it, and that's what you need to be able to do on the show. So, I think
Mhm.
that Jordan has that going for her. And, of course, Ezra's probably hungry to make it further and try to win, after last
Oh, for
season,
sure.
so,
And I feel like
um
they're very both, like, energetic but determined. And so I think they're gonna
yeah.
feed very well off of each other.
Yeah, their chemistry is clearly there versus, like,
Mhm.
some other people might not have chemistry, like, we don't know
Mm-mm.
what the Alex
Yeah.
Val clique is gonna look like. We don't know what,
Mhm.
Robert's with Whitney, that's great. I think Whitney and Mark Ballas are gonna have a great personality. So, that being said, like, you gotta have that chemistry, you have to be able to pick up things quick. I think Jordan hits checks those boxes. So then it's a
Mhm.
matter of, like, 1, are the fans gonna get behind her? The gym internet obviously can vote and, like, get her but they can only get her so far. So, like, fans have to get behind her.
No,
Um,
for sure.
and then who else is gonna be there's so many big names, especially when they're leaning into, like, the TikTok social media personality
I
names.
know.
Like, there's gonna
But
be a
this
lot
is
of people.
genuinely yeah. I think this is how they're gonna get the younger generations back
It
into it,
is.
though.
It is.
Like, I think and I think that the older generations are gonna become fans of the younger generation people that are on that show. Like, I truly think so. I'm excited.
It's gonna be good. So yeah, so let's see. I don't know. I was trying to think about basically, like, songs that I would hope that she dances to. I did not come up with any, but that's just because I'm, running on, like, 0 sleep and still waking up at
Yeah.
3 AM to feed my child. Did you think of anything? I was trying to think of even, like, a Disney. I don't know.
This is gonna sound crazy, but I like because we're so used to seeing her go, like, R&B and hip hop, and I would love to see her do, like a Linkin Park type vibe, like a hardcore, kind of,
Mhm.
like, crazy switch up. It still has a little bit of the hip hop rhythm in it,
Yeah.
um, but I would love to see them, like, totally change up her genre because I think she could do classical easy. I think any gymnast in the world could do a routine to classical music. I think we're
Yeah.
trained that way. But I think it would be really interesting to see her do, like, rock or alternative or something like that.
Well, they should have, like, heavy metal night, I think they do. So,
Yeah.
she'll probably
It's
definitely
gonna
be
be
doing
interesting.
that, and then, you know, I was thinking it was just kind of like the most random thought, but I went and saw Freakier Friday with a friend
Mhm.
the other week, and, of course, like, Freaky Friday, they have, like, that one song, and I forget what it's called, but it's, like, the theme of the theme song, basically, of
Mhm.
that movie. I could totally see her for, like, Disney if, like, Disney was trying to keep, like, promoting Freakier Friday, like, on
Mhm.
streaming and stuff. I could totally see them having, like, her maybe somebody else do a dance to that song. So,
Yeah,
it's,
I
like,
agree.
random and, like, really, you know, reaching, but that was, like, my random thought. And then I also thought of Fifth Harmony
Yeah.
because a member of Fifth Harmony is on the show this season. Fifth Harmony, there's a song, "That's My Girl," and, like,
Mhm.
she's
Oh, that'd
that
be
girl,
so good.
and I
That's
was
good,
like,
you
that's
should
kind
pitch that. Well,
I'm
we're
pitching it
gonna
right
be
now.
clipping this. We're clipping this and Dancing with the Stars, if you're listening to us, listen to our pitch.
Okay,
Thank
put
you.
you need to have Jordan dance to "That's My Girl." Do it.
'Cause she
Um,
is that girl. She's that girl.
exactly. And the last thing on on Jordan being on Dancing with the Stars, everybody's been like, "Is she, like, actually gonna keep training with UCLA preseason and stuff?" We did confirm when we talked to Janelle last week. Janelle said Jordan's never had a normal preseason for UCLA, but this will probably actually, funny enough, be, like, closest to her most normal preseason with UCLA. She is going to keep training. She will be with the team every day of the week, training, etc. Nothing is going to overlap. Dancing with the Stars has been really accommodating and is working with them, except for on Tuesdays when they film. So that'll be like mostly the week to week schedule is that she will film on Tuesdays. There are, of course, like double episode weeks and stuff. So those will be the exception. But otherwise, she'll be training with the team like normal, training for Dancing with the Stars. Janelle said she's still taking classes. So she's going to have a full slate. And we should expect to see the UCLA team there. They said that they're still working out the logistics as far as that goes. But they did go, the UCLA team went to the 500th episode last year. And they'll definitely, I'm sure, be in the audience this year. I just don't know what episode. So
She
that'll be
is
exciting.
that girl. She is that girl.
Okay, so story number 2, and I think this is our last story before we wrap.
It is.
You take it away, Carissa.
Hurry, y'all. We gotta know what the heck is going on with Simone Biles' house. Why is it not done? Let me
When
give
will
you
it
the
be
summary.
done?
What? We'll get there. So, Simone Biles' house journey has evolved from modest Texas homes to a dream custom built waterfront mansion near Houston that she and her husband, Jonathan Owens, began constructing in 2023.
It's 2025.
2023, everybody. Just so we know. The couple has documented the build on social media, showcasing luxury features like a theater, game room, a pet spa. She really that was some thinking right there that I approve of.
For
and
her
resort style
pups.
pool. Yeah, they don't have to go to the like washer. That's sick. Although delays have stretched the project past its original Olympic year move-in goal. The home is now nearing completion and with only final aesthetic touches left. In the meantime, the pair balance life between Texas and a new Chicago residence where her husband, Owens, plays for the Bears. Okay, listen. I'm just gonna say it. Girl, aren't you tired? Like, aren't you tired of waiting for this house? Or
I'm
like,
sure
is it
she
more,
is.
or like,
If
is it
she
more
was-
of like a choice thing where they're being really picky? I get it in the sense of like, you want everything to be perfect, and they're not normal people. Like, yes,
No.
athletes are humans too, but this is where she is not our normal human, where we would
No,
probably
this is
move
a
into a
millions
builder
and
grade
millions-
house.
Yeah.
Like if you're building your dream home, if you took me and said, Carissa, build your dream home, one, it would never be finished. I change my mind every couple months when my style changes. Maybe that's what's happening. I don't know. But I'm also like, are the materials coming from like Egypt? Like, where are they coming
sure
from
she-
that we're
I'm
getting
sure
so
she-
delayed?
I'm sure she has some high quality stuff coming in. I have no doubt.
Ugh, I know.
I
It's gonna be
did build-
gorgeous.
I did build a house in 2021. We built a house. It was a builder grade house. And it just
How
so
long
happened
did it
that
take?
well, we did okay, so transparency, like we were looking to move into a house. All the houses cost like X amount in Georgia. Let's say like, I don't know, like 300K or something or whatever. And like cheap. Living in Georgia's cheap. Absolutely. Basically compared to like other places. But like we were just like, we could build a house in a builder grade community basically for this cost. And all these houses, like there was like wonky foundation and all this stuff. And you're just like, oh my gosh. But that being said, we got in when it was still like, I think they just laid the concrete slab. And that was maybe in like January of 2021. And we moved in May. Like we closed on my birthday, which is May 14th. So
Right. So like 4 months.
yeah, it was literally like 4.5 months.
It's like at this point, like, and he's in Chicago, and like obviously NFL careers are kind of similar in the way that gymnastics careers are, where they can go very quickly and like they're not 50-year careers. But I'm also like, but she's pretty much in Chicago full time right now. So like,
I mean, they're in there for the fall. Like they
Yeah.
are home
but
like
they
after
start-
season is over.
yeah, but that's only for a couple months.
Yeah. But like
Because technically, NFL season will wrap up in February, technically, and then they'll
if they
have
make
those
it that far.
if they make it that far. But I don't know. It's just I don't know.
Well,
It's just crazy to me to like. I would be bored of it. I would be done. I'd be like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm either moving into the house as is, or I'm moving to Chicago.
I think
like
I think because that woman, Simone, is on the move 24/7, and
Constantly.
he's in Chicago, she's traveling nonstop, she's always
I
going somewhere new,
am
like, she's
so
probably just like
impressed with how she's able to travel that much and not
oh,
lose it. I traveled for the entire month of August, and I literally almost went clinically
oh yeah,
insane.
you're just,
So
like, exhausted.
I was like, "How?" And on top of that, she's, like, the best athlete in the world. Like, and
That's
it's,
probably
like, even, like,
her
watching
endurance
her
is great.
documentary, she was, like, going to Chicago, going back to train, going to Chicago, going back to train. I was literally like, "Dude, how are you doing?" Superhuman.
Well,
Like, she's a superhuman.
she can afford a private jet, so she gets to go and doesn't
She
have
can
to
sleep,
go
I
through,
guess,
like,
yeah.
insane Atlanta TSA or
Yeah,
something, and, like,
dude.
just gets to basically walk onto the plane, um, but, yeah, I mean, the fact that she does travel so much is probably why it's worked out because, like, he's busy with camp, it's like or not camp, with team, with NFL, and then she's out here traveling nonstop. Like, yeah, it's been over a year basically, if they wanted it to basically be done in the Olympic year, but and then there is the fact, like, luxury houses, like, notoriously will take, like, I think, like, can take a year, year and a
Year,
half.
3 years, yeah.
2 to 3 years is, like, definitely crazy, but, I mean, the photos that she shares when she is
Yeah.
back in Houston, it looks beautiful, so
It looks gorgeous, but what kills me is that literally we've been doing this since 2023, and she just posted on her story the other day and was like, decided to change or like made some changes. I was like, girl. I
well,
was
the
like,
other thing is, like,
I'm like, move into the
builders
house, then make the changes.
builders can be I mean, who knows if she's, like, switched builders multiple times, like,
Mm-hmm.
maybe not, with, like, a luxury builder, but builders can be that's rough. Like, our builder was not the best when we built our house, so and if you're looking like, you're expecting high quality, just, like, top of the line, if they're not achieving that, you might have to switch vendors, like, all these things. I do hope that when she is done, finally, which hopefully is, like, before the end of the year, or maybe, like, right after season is over for Jonathan, that they do, like, almost do, like, a house tour or, like, she gives some peeks into it, obviously without, like, doxing herself and, like, showing everybody where she lives. But, like, we need to see this. Like, I hope
No, like
Vogue or
at this,
somebody
like,
or, like,
no, AD. She
Architectural
needs AD.
Digest.
AD.
Yep.
And that's the thing. Like, Simone, like, I promise I am not hating. I know that you're a perfectionist and you want it to be perfect and it's your forever home and you take as much time as you need. I'm just wondering for your mental health, when's your house going to be done? Like, so, like, don't hate me. I just, like, I'm worried about you. I am worried
I
about your sanity because, and the other thing is, though, the thought of me having to pick handles and doorknobs and light fixtures that
oh, it gets
match at
stressful.
literally no. So I applaud her, but I do want you to end up in AD because I do want to see it.
Yeah, we all wanna see
And I'm
it. I
hoping
had,
and
like
praying you move in there before the next Olympics.
I think it'll definitely be before the next Olympics.
I hope so.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
We're rooting for you. We're
Um,
rooting for your home.
we absolutely are. Okay, so that wraps it. We're done.
That's it.
Donezo.
Our first episode in the books.
Yay!
So much
Decoded.
trouble shooting, but we did it. We did it.
Decoded episode 1 is done and dusted. Make sure you are following our social platforms. Decoded, we've got Instagram and TikTok, and then, of course, the Gymnastics Now channels across all of the pages. Follow us on YouTube, Spotify, wherever else you get your podcasts. And we will see you next week. So thank you for
And
tuning
make
in.
sure you leave us some comments. We want to interact
Yes.
with you guys. So
And we want to know what
let
you
us
think
know
of
what
that
you
Jakarta song.
liked. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Let us know if you think it's a wobble or a stick. Okay?
Okay. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.